Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Chris and Chris. Today, we're coming at you with a wedding countdown checklist. So basically, we've designed this checklist to help couples throughout their planning process, throughout their entire engagement, making sure that, from the day that you get engaged to the day that you get married, everything is done in a timely fashion and you don't skip a beat.
Yep,
right?
everything's smooth.
And you don't forget about anything. So we hope that you find this information helpful. And I guess let's dive right in, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
So, in the past, we've always seen couples come to us about a year out from their wedding date and inquire and start working on their vendor list. It's not the case anymore, especially not in New Jersey. You may go on Wedding Wire and The Nod and some of these wedding sites and find year-long checklists, and they recommend, finding your major vendors 10 to 12 months out. You're not going to be able to lock in your vendors that you love if you're waiting that long to book. So this timeline that we've come up with goes over an 18-month span. And it starts off with your engagement. So congratulations, you're engaged.
Congrats.
Enjoy it. Take some time, a week, enjoy it, and then it's time to get to work. Honestly, so
It is.
Chris, what do we normally recommend? Locking in first.
All right. So let's say you're 18 months out. All right. You get engaged, right? Enjoy the engagement for a week.
Yep.
Have that time to yourselves. But then definitely pick a date.
Yeah.
Start thinking about a date. Very, very important. But try not to be so
Set in stone.
focused on a
Yeah.
specific date
Yep.
because, with venue availability,
Mm-hmm.
Having a specific date set in stone may push you back an additional year.
Right.
So, if that's okay, for you to have a super long engagement, then go for it.
Right.
But definitely keep that in mind. So pick a date and immediately start venue shopping.
Yeah. And that really goes into the prioritization of everything. You got to figure out what's most important to you. So, like Chris said, if you are set in stone on a specific date, you have to realize that maybe your dream venue is not going to be available, or vice versa. If you're a little more lenient on the date, you will be able to get, the venue of your choice. So, again, it's all about prioritizing everything, but venue and date first, and then it's really on to your major vendors. Entertainment, sorry, we're biased, but entertainment, photography, video, figure out those three and start researching those vendors, reaching out to people, scheduling calls, and getting those teams locked down.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you secure your venue, definitely immediately jump into the next steps. What's most important? Like Chris said, is your DJ most important? Is your photographer most important? Is your videographer most important? Whoever that is, definitely start looking right away.
Yep.
Because we're booking very far in advance.
Yeah, Chris, when was?
I just booked a wedding 3 years out.
Yeah, 2026 already. So again, that's not everybody.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to, you don't have to be looking that far in advance. I think they had a special set of circumstances, right?
Yeah, definitely. They want to finish school,
Yeah.
and they want to just take their time with that. So that doesn't always happen,
No.
but it does happen. It is happening out there.
Right.
You
So
know?
the majority of our inquiries now are for spring, summer, fall of 24. The majority of them, but we're still getting winter 24s. We have a few 25s in there. So. Again, it's all within that 18-month timeline is when we're seeing the most people inquire.
Yep. Cool. All right. Sounds good. So then after DJ photography and videography, let's see. Throw an engagement party, right?
Have fun. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it again. And ask your wedding party. Start asking your wedding party. Figure out who those closest groomsmen and bridesmaids are going to be. and start asking around.
I feel like that kind of ties into with the engagement party too. Like I feel like by the time you have that engagement party, you're gonna know.
You know who's in the wedding party. I feel
so-
like even before you get engaged, you probably know who's in the wedding
Right.
party.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, definitely start ironing that out. This way, they can put aside the date as well.
Yeah, totally. And then really the last thing that we recommend handling super far out is your dress shopping. Start looking and shopping for your dress. Make sure you can get that locked in, for the big day. So our next kind of bracket that we have on the checklist is between 10 and 12 months out from the wedding. Our first major thing to tackle during that time span is going to be setting up an engagement session. So I know with our photography team, that's like the first step after someone books with us. We want to schedule that engagement session with you. It's a great way for you to meet the photographer, get a feel for each other, learn how to work with one another. We'll take a look and see how much, posing you need, and just everyone gets real comfortable with each other. So that's a great first step. Definitely get that out of the way because you may want to use those photos for like save the dates and things like that, which we'll talk about in a second. Those are going to be getting sent out soon. So definitely lock in your engagement session and get that done about 10, 12 months out from the wedding.
Cool. Excellent. And then also in that same time frame, definitely lock in transportation.
Yep.
And start figuring out room blocks for guests that are traveling, from out of state,
Yep.
or anyone who wants to stay over the night of the wedding.
Exactly.
So they have a place to stay. They could party, have a good time, and not
Right.
have to worry about
Getting
going
home.
home right after.
I feel like generally most hotels will, won't have room blocks available anytime after a year. So once we hit that year mark, start working on that and getting that locked in. Because that's, like Chris said, super important. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a couple other things. Just meet with your florist. Discuss getting ready locations, but that kind of ties in with the room blocks.
Yep.
Create a wedding hashtag.
Let's throw it on social.
Get it out there.
Yep.
Get it out there. Start getting people excited. Even in the engagement, process.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can throw some pictures on social
Right.
and tag and get everyone excited. Hey, just added so and so to my wedding party.
Yeah. Let the people know.
Cool. And then definitely start shopping for dresses, gowns, and formal wear.
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. So 8 to 10 months out. All right, we're getting a little closer.
A little closer.
Getting a little closer. Definitely want to start sending the save dates. All right, because we want to make sure that most everyone who is invited, is available. So you want to give them some time for sure. Book hair and makeup. Order formal wear for both guys and girls at
Yes.
this point, but order it, not just start.
Yeah, you want to
Not
be
start
done.
looking,
Yeah,
order
you want to
it.
be done with that by this time.
Finalize your guest list and then
Yeah.
start picking out some rings.
Yep.
Right?
All big stuff.
Definitely. So that's 8 to 10 months. Now 3 to 5 months. Basically 3 to 5 months, we're going to finalize the menu and bar.
Very important.
With the venue, right?
Yep.
Everybody needs a good drink at a wedding.
Exactly.
They're there to have fun. Ensure the honeymoon details. Start getting that locked down. That's something to get really excited about.
Yep.
Something to look forward to. That's
It's something
fun.
to look forward to, and it gives you a break from like the stress of the wedding planning.
Yeah.
It's like this is vacation time. This is fun time. This is not lock in the details type stuff. So this is something to kind of break up the stress of wedding planning.
Absolutely. Definitely. And then also figure out the rehearsal,
Yeah.
right? Plan for the rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
And get that all situated. With rehearsals, ask your venue, how does that work?
Yeah.
Right? Because some venues allow the rehearsal the night before. Some venues do the rehearsal, the day of.
Right. Like right before.
Like literally
Right
right,
before ceremony.
literally right before the ceremony.
Yeah.
So definitely figure that out with your venue. Get that all in check, and then set up your rehearsal dinner with a nice restaurant or however you want to celebrate. The night before. I don't know how you feel about this rehearsal dinners. So the night before or 2 nights before?
It's funny. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but the night before is like, for a bride and groom at least, it's a lot of just like coming back down to earth, relaxing, like not running around doing anything crazy. I feel like it's easier to accommodate the night before.
Yeah.
Get everyone together. Everyone who's going to be there is already planning for the wedding.
Yeah.
They're with work schedules or whatever it may be. It always works out easier to do it the night before. But we have people that do it, 2 days before. I think if it was me, I would still keep it the night before.
I like it the night before.
Yeah.
I like it the night before because it's like you're in wedding mode at that point.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
like everybody's coming together for the rehearsal dinner, and it's like, okay, let's have this awesome dinner. Let's have fun.
Yep. Everyone's fired up. They're excited.
Pre-celebration, fired up. And then now, next day, it's like you roll right into it.
And it's fresh in your mind.
It's fresh in your mind, exactly.
We see it every day. We know all the formalities and everything. But for people who aren't at weddings every weekend, like some of the stuff that you're going to talk about during that rehearsal, may slip your mind if you do it too early. So get it done. Do it the day before. Like Chris said, everyone's in wedding mode, so it's smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 to 5 weeks now. So we're 3 to 5 weeks out. Okay.
We actually skipped. So we're 8 to 10 weeks now. We just did 3 to 5 months. Chris is jumping the gun. He's all fired up. He's ready for weddings. It's wedding season. He's just ready to go. So
Camp, give him 8 to 10 weeks.
We're gonna circle back. We're gonna backtrack a little bit. We're gonna go to 8 to 10 weeks. There's no more months at this point. We're in weeks, so we're getting close. You want to send out your invitations. We already sent out the save the dates, but you want to get all your invitations out. Don't wait. Again, this is one of those things that used to happen like 6 to 8 weeks maybe before the wedding. Not anymore. Get them out early. Get those final guest lists finalized. Reach out to your vendors. Check in with them. If you haven't spoken to them, I know from like an entertainment standpoint, there's some back and forth during the entire planning process, but really for us, we're working with you to fill out detail sheets and planning forms and things like that. So there are times where, we don't communicate for weeks or a month or 2 at a time. So check in with us, check in with all your vendors, make sure everything's good. Ask if they need anything from you, if you need anything from them, whatever the case is, just reach out. Final dress fitting, making sure that that's all squared away. You want to plan your rehearsal. You want to get your marriage license, and then finally, book your honeymoon. You already did the research. You already figured out where you want to go. Book it. Lock it in. That way, all of that's taken care of. Now, 3 to 5 weeks.
3 to 5 weeks. We're 3 to 5 weeks out. We are getting super, super close at this point. All right, cool. Finalize music with your entertainment. All right, so just finalize all those details. Typically, what we like to do is about 30 days out from the wedding, we hop on a call with our clients and we go over all of our planning forms that we have them fill out, music requests, any other special requests for the event, and we make sure that is good to go with a couple of weeks. We don't want to be planning this last minute. Finalize with the photo and video team as well. So your photo and video team should be putting together like a day of timeline for you to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Get in all of your must-haves as far as photographs go. What relatives you want in the pictures, in specific pictures. If you have any specific photo locations, at the venue that you want shot, things like that. So definitely finalize all those details with your photo and video team at that point. Find gifts for the wedding party, right? Because we'll be giving those out at the rehearsal dinner. And take care of all the last minute
RSVPs.
RSVPs.
I'm a last minute RSVP guy, so that would definitely.
They're gonna be coming in very last minute.
You would be getting my answer at this point.
All right, cool. So yeah, so that's 3 to 5 weeks. That's a wrap on that. Now we're getting very, very close.
Yeah.
All right. Now
we're in the home stretch.
Now we're a week to 2 weeks out. You should definitely complete your seating chart at that point.
Yes.
Right.
Quick note on seating charts also.
Yeah.
Just a tip for you guys. When you're doing seating charts, generally speaking, you don't want the older guests right next to the speakers.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
We get a lot of people that ask about it. Just think about that stuff when you're making your seating chart. Where the guests are in relations to the music. That way everyone's comfortable and gets to enjoy the night.
Yeah. Very good tip.
Yeah.
Very, very good tip, for sure. I was going to bring that up if you didn't, actually.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's totally fine. But no, that's really good. It's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
For sure. At this point, finalize your transportation and definitely pay any balances as well. Most vendors typically collect final balances 1 to 2 weeks prior to the event. I've even heard of some venues even collecting balances a month prior. So you definitely want to get that taken care of. You don't want to be walking around with cash the day of your wedding.
No.
You don't want to lose anything. You don't even want to be thinking about that. Like literally, you just want to relax and have fun the day of your wedding.
Right.
So that's it. So definitely take care of all balances. Day before, it's game time. All right,
it is.
We're there. So
the nerves are setting in.
Attend your rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
Have fun. Prepare like any tips, anything like that, any gratuity, and put people in charge. And so what we mean by put people in charge is basically, assign a groomsman or a best man or maid of honor. Someone you trust.
Someone who's responsible.
Assign them with, responsibilities.
Right.
Divvying out gratuities to certain vendors, or whatever it may be that you need help with the day of. Definitely, ask for help for sure because you want to be enjoying your day.
That's what it's all about.
And then get a good night's sleep.
Relax.
Get a good night's sleep. I mean, it's going to be hard not to, stay out late after your rehearsal dinner.
Right.
It's gonna be tempting, but get a good night's rest, come in fresh, wake up feeling like $1,000,000, and you'll really enjoy the day. All right, cool. So that's it. That's a wrap on the wedding checklist. I hope that you found this information helpful. If you wanted to check out the checklist itself, definitely head to our blog. We'll link it in the description below. Give us a like, subscribe. If you're on Instagram, head to the link in our bio, and you can head to our blog as well. Enjoy. Thank you so much. And as always, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, let us know. Comment below.
Bye, guys.